Hello everybody, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise. I'm starting here, because you might notice from the corner, and everyone wanting to talk with us, things have changed since we last were on, and I'm kind of hoping I can deal with my Meowcenaries and stuff without going through an important dialogue window, because we shouldn't be seeing them yet. Well, okay, we're gonna get an important dialogue window anyway. Goody. Yeah, Hurricane Elsa decided to come along and prevent me from recording normally. I did have my laptop as a backup, which worked. I recorded 2 episodes in MKV. A completely useless format. And yeah, I can't deal with it, so our Meowcenaries and training are going to fall out of sync because I don't want to deal with dialogue boxes we shouldn't be seeing yet. We do have new equipment in there we could get, but I don't want it. I do need to change equipment because this was something I made for the 2nd episode. And I may just not bother and just use this because I just want to be done with these episodes. Like, this is just frustrating. I hate MKV format. I don't know why it's the default for OBS, but it is. As a reminder, today we're going to be going after Tetranadon, and wow, only defender. That just about sums up how the past, basically 24 hours have been. I also want to take part in the lottery, but it's a dialogue box we shouldn't be seeing yet, so... And we also have, you know, the 5-star quests that I should be getting started on. Well, technically, I shouldn't even be recording right now. This isn't my normal recording time, because I need to get these done. I don't have the luxury of waiting. Frickin' Nova Scotian infrastructure. You'd think, by now, after all the years, that Nova Scotia has been hit with at minimum 4 to 5 to 6 tropical storms or hurricanes every year, that our infrastructure would be ready for it by now, but it isn't, so sucks to be me. Let's go kill Tetranadon. Let's see if I can get some of this frustration out. Here we are. I don't want to rant the entire time about MKV, but can someone please explain to me why that format even exists anymore? Like, let's be honest, the argument of, oh, well, things depend on it, doesn't hold water given Flash is gone, and Flash was better and more reliable and used by more things. So, why does MKV exist? It is a completely useless format. And I swear, if it's something that's used by Apple devices, I don't care. It shouldn't be the default for anything, then. Hell, these days, there's really no exist for Apple devices to exist anymore. Like, they've lost their claim to fame of being the workhorse PC. Like, they're just equal to Windows PCs and Linux PCs when it comes to video editing now. And they're still worse at gaming, so why do they exist? Why are they made? Why do people buy them? Because people are elitists and want their Apple products, because Apple has to be better. It's Apple, it costs more. Even though that's not how it works, and that's literally a fallacy that they depend on to continue functioning. If people would just stop buying Apple products, Apple would cease to exist. Either that, or would actually make good products that you would want to buy. So I didn't want to just rant, now I'm just ranting. This is how you can tell I'm frustrated, and I'm gonna look back on this episode later in life and hate it, because I am frustrated. But I hope that even future me can understand where I'm coming from with this frustration. Because, well, I've recorded this once already, and, you know, this is Monster Hunter. It's not something that's easy to, Ow. Easy to cover for failed recordings. And most of my frustration is with OBS itself, because why is MKV the default format? It's just bad. Default to MP4 at least. MP4 isn't a great format, but hey, it supports everything I personally need, so it's what I tend to use. It not only is basically recognized by basically everything, but it supports multiple audio tracks. It's just good. It's how you do a video format right. It wouldn't be so bad if MKV was at least a format that things could recognize. But when Sony Vegas is going, I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. Like, that's frustrating. Especially where it's far more trouble than it's worth to try to convert MKV. Like, it just doesn't convert. I tried. I've literally spent the past roughly hour trying to convert MKV to any other format. I was at first attempting MP4 because I know MP4 works, but it just wouldn't. We're just bullying this Tetranadon at this point. I'm kind of okay with that, if I'm honest. Monster Hunter is a good stress reliever, I'm gonna be honest. It just kinda is. Which is one thing, as much as, like... Yep, I might die here. Or not. Oh, I didn't empty my inventory. So I don't have a trap. I'm gonna need to fix that. My inventory is gonna be so wonky because the first aid meds.
You're in for it now.
This camp's probably the closest. I would heal with the plants, but there's no need. Going into a tent heals you. So, I want a trap because, quite simply, I just want this over as fast as possible. Those away, we don't need them. Get that out. I wouldn't have even had any issues last night recording had the power been stable for long enough, but it wasn't. Which comes back to my I really wish Nova Scotia's infrastructure was set up for this kind of stuff. But it isn't. Hey guys. You wanna do a thing I know you'll do? Because I saw it yesterday. Not feeling it? No? They turf war. This is explaining why I've never seen their turf war until yesterday. Which makes it doubly annoying that the recording failed, because that's gonna be so hard to get to show up again. And I know it. But at the very least, it means more Tetranadon materials for us. We'll do the mounted finisher. Why not? I just want damage on Tetranadon. Though this is taking a long time and not doing much damage. That probably wasn't worth it. Yeah, that really wasn't worth it. You know, some mounted finishers, when you do them and that's your response, that's partially why I'm not the biggest fan of riding monsters. At least here. In stories, it's a pretty good thing. Bird. Take damage. Speaking of stories, Stories 2 is pretty cool. I was kind of hoping to be able to play it again by now, but I have not been able to play it since basically shortly after release. I did play for 8.5 hours. Really good game. But can't exactly play it when I've got to do work. Normally, I wouldn't exactly call what I do work, but today it really feels like work. So I'm calling it work. Hey, stop. Really inconvenient, Agnesnom. I'm just gonna do that. Because that was very inconvenient, Agnesnom. At the very least, it did mean that, we could ride Agnestom and ride Tetranadon, because I didn't do Tetranadon's ride before. Man, Agnestom just feels awkward while riding. There's a lot of the monsters that just feel awkward. I mean, that Mountain Finisher wasn't great, but it definitely was better. It was faster, it just dealt its damage, and was done. That's how Mountain Finishers should be. Where you going, buddy? You're going over here. I do need to sharpen, so kind of a blessing in disguise. I am going to basically just re-record both episodes now. Mostly just so I don't have a random difference in audio quality, because there would have been, because I couldn't use my normal microphone. My laptop does not have the USB ports for everything I need. So, I tend to get around that by just using a headset. So, microphone is very different. It did mean I could talk lower, because microphone was much closer, but I don't even know how the audio quality for that was. And I did notice quite often I was peaking even at my normal talking voice, so it probably sounds terrible anyway. I haven't checked. Again, MKV. Can't check. I should have just re-recorded everything last night. But, as I was recording, the lights were still flickering. And can you imagine losing power during this? It's really fun. Especially with the amount of fighting I had to do to get the Elgato to work. I do apologize for rambling and ranting so much, but it has just been a very frustrating time. And it is a case of all of this wouldn't have been an issue had I not overslept the night before. Because then I was going to record then, so that I wouldn't have to record for a fair little bit after Stories 2 came out, so I'd have time to play Stories 2. But I overslept and didn't have time to record. So, yeah. I mean, it also wouldn't have been an issue had the trackers up here actually accurately predicted when Elsa was going to hit, because they predicted today, Saturday, not Friday, which is when it actually hit. I get it's weather, but come on now. Yeah, jeez, I'm stunned. Snow, Latte, one of you. Oh, thank you, Snow. You actually helped for once. Oh, I was out of the range of that. Just sharpen. Let me sharpen. Maybe I don't need to sharpen. I could probably still hurt it with the yellow. I don't wanna. Right for the capture. We're finishing this. Convenient. That'll make this even easier. Did I throw smoke trank bomb? Yeah, smoke bomb. Those would totally work. There we go. I do apologize that I spent this entire episode ranting. I do sincerely apologize. I'm just frustrated, though beating up Tetranadon did help me feel better. We won't have the dialogue for the next thing, so we're missing dialogue, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can paraphrase it, though, because I do remember it. You get lots of stuff, and yeah, you can just push A to send stuff to your box. Which is kind of fun, if I'm honest. Okay, we have a couple of optional side quests. It doesn't really matter that I'm showing this stuff. Because, well, I know what I'm doing next. So.
Until next time.
But, yes, with that, I do thank you all very much for watching and listening to me rant. Once again, I apologize for ranting so much. And hopefully I shall see you back here next time, as we take on a Jurgettos, or a fish stick. See you all then.